Approaches to course design. What is a course design? It is the process by which the raw data produce an integrated series of the teaching learning experiences. What is aim? To lead the learners to particular state of knowledge. This entails the use of the theoretical and empirical information available to produce a syllables to develop a methodology for teaching those materials and to establish evaluation procedures by which progress towards the specific goals will be measured. 1. LG-centered course design. It is the simplest and more familiar kind of English teachers TS. It aims to draw as direct a connection as possible between the analysis of the target situation and the content of the ESP course it proved. Identify learners' target situation. Select the theoretical views of LG. Identify linguistic features of target situation. Rate syllables. Design material to exemplify syllables items. Establish evaluation procedures to test acquisition of syllables items. This approach has two implications. Course design is a negotiated process. The ESP learning situation and the target situation will both influence the nature of the syllables, materials, methodology, and evaluation procedures. 2. Course design. Course design is a dynamic process. It doesn't move in a linear fashion. Needs and resource vary with time. The course design, therefore, needs to have built-in feedback channels to enable the course to respond to development. What skills are necessary to be taught? What is imaging? Learning Center course design process is shown in this diagram. Identify learners. Theoretical views of learning. Analysis learning situation. Analyze target situation. Theoretical view of AG. Identify altitudes, wants, potential of learners. Identify needs, potential constraints of learning teaching situation. Identify skills and knowledge needed to function in the target situation. Evaluation. Write syllables materials to exploit the potential of the learning situation in the acquisition of the skills and knowledge required by the target situation. Evaluation. However, it has a number of weaknesses. Number 1, it starts from the learner and their needs. It may be learner consider approach the learner is simply used as a means identifying. 4. It gives no acknowledgement to factors which must inevitably play part in the creation of any course. Data is not important in itself. The LG on third skill-centered analysis of target situation data is only at the surface level. It reveals very little about the competence that underlies the performance. Number 2. Skill-centered course design. It is a reaction both to the idea of the specific registers of English as a basis for ASP and to the practical constraints on learning imposed by limited time and resources. Lead's aim is not to provide a specific corpus of linguistic knowledge, but to make the learners into the better processors of information. If it is founded on two fundamental principles, one theoretical, the other pragmatic. The pragmatic basis for the skills-centered approach derives from the destruction made by Widdowson 1981 between goal-oriented courses and process-oriented one. The role of needs analysis in approach is 1. It provides basis for discovering the underlying competence that enables people to perform in the target situation. It enables the course designer to discover the potential knowledge and abilities that the learner brings to the ASP classroom. This approach takes the learner's more into account. 1. It reviews IG in terms of how the mind of the learners process it rather than as an tries to build on the positive factors that the learners bring to the course, provide previous knowledge rather than just on the negative idea of the. It frames its objectives in open-ended terms, so enabling learners to achieve at least skill-centered approaches must look behind the target performance data to discover what persist and able to perform those persist will determine the ASP course. Theoretical views of IG. Identify target situation. Analysis skills strategies required to the in target situation. Write syllables. Theoretical views of learning. Select text and write exercises to focus on skill strategies and syllables. Establish evaluation procedures, which requires the use of skill strategies and syllables. Approach. It is seen as a process in which the learner uses what knowledge or skills they have to make sense of the flow of new information. It is an internal process which is crucially dependent upon the knowledge the learner already have and their ability and motivation to use it. It is a process of negotiation between individuals and the society. Society sets the targets and the individuals must do their best to get as thus to the target as is possible. A learning-centered approach says we must look beyond the complete competence that enable to perform, because what we really want to discover is not the competence itself, but how to experience that competence. Identify target situation. Analyze target situation. Analyze learning situation. Write syllabus. Write materials. Teach materials. Evaluate learner achievement. AG. Center approach consider the learner to her. Skill center approach consider the learner to her.